Can't believe I'm actually doing this, but here we go. Today I'm gonna reveal the complete in-depth system that got me from a broke delivery driver to making over $25,000 per month with copywriting. The exact same system that got my students from zero to consistent 5-figure a month incomes in a matter of weeks. Absolutely everything will be laid down in this training. How to write persuasive copy, how to get high-paying clients with no experience or portfolio, and how to automate your work so you can earn anywhere between 10K to over 25K per month without having to work more than 3 hours a day. I haven't done anything like this before, and this system has only been available for my students inside my coaching program until now. So buckle up, take a pen and fucking paper and take some fucking notes, because after this training you'll have absolutely everything you need to reach a 5-figure a month income as a copywriter in the next 6 months. Even if you have zero experience in writing or marketing and haven't made a penny online before. So I hope you fuckers are grateful and will at least like and subscribe after you see this, because otherwise you're just fucking gay. Alright, so let's begin. So these are my numbers for last year. This is in Romanian currency. So this is 336,000 lei. This is around, I think, $70,000. These are my numbers for this year until now, July of 2025. 620,000 lei, Romanian currency. This is around $140,000. And these are my numbers for 2024 on another business that I used to have that I'm not using anymore. 84,000 lei, that's around, I think, $20,000. So if we add all this up, this is around 1,041,000 lei. And if we convert all of this in US dollars, we'll get to a sum of around $239,280. That's US dollars, made in around 19 months, all right? And $140,000 were made only in the first 7 months of 2025, all right? And you can see these pages here. These are my invoice statements, so I can refresh these pages, all right? You see the numbers are still here, all right? This is not like a fake screenshot or anything, all right? I refresh the page, I refresh this page as well. So these are my actual, this is for 2025. I'm not using this company in 2025, but these are my numbers for 2024. So you see, I refresh everything. The numbers are real, just to be transparent from the start and show you how much I've actually made with this skill. Now let's go further. First of all, a warning. If you're looking for a get rich quick scheme or to make money without any upfront work, this training is not for you. However, this training is for you if you are stuck in your shit 9-to-5 job surrounded by losers and a deep shit boss who's telling you what to do all day. You've been trying every online business model under the sun, like trading, dropshipping, e-commerce, etc., and you either ended up failing or losing all your money, or best case, making little to no money. You feel like every online guru out there is trying to sell you the next big thing, and you feel paralyzed and don't know what to choose, or if they're even legit. You feel trapped and exposed to all the craziness happening in the world right now, wars, crises, etc., and you want the ability to make a full-time remote income that gives you mobility and financial safety. Or you've already tried copywriting but failed at getting clients, or only got a few here and there but didn't manage to build a consistent income even though you tried every strategy taught on the internet. What you learn inside this training. So the 3-step system that regular people are quietly using to make 10 to 25K plus per month from their laptop without any prior experience using direct response copywriting. How to write words that other businesses can use to generate millions of dollars and get paid for it, even if you haven't written a word since high school. How to get other businesses to pay you thousands or even 10 to 15K a month only from one business for your copywriting services without any portfolio or experience. How to pocket 5-figure commissions from businesses month after month for work you only did once, right? So that's a semi-passive income. And how to do all of that with less than 20 hours of work per week. We will cover all of this inside this training. And if you think I'm pushing this to sound too good, see what AI has to say. So you see here I asked ChatGPT, what's the easiest skill to make 5 figures a month? And it answered the easiest skill to make 5 figures per month is copywriting. Why? Because it doesn't require a degree, certification, or formal training. You can learn it in months, not years. Like, I would counteract that and say that you can learn it in days, not months, with the right training and the info that I'm gonna give out in this training. Businesses already need it every day, desperately. Every business needs copywriting. It can be done from anywhere with just a laptop, and it scales fast from $500 project to 10K a month retainers, and even more than that, as I'm about to show you in this training, and much more than that. All right, today we're gonna cover all of this plus way more. So very important, don't skip through this training because you won't understand anything and you'll just waste your time. Focus for the next 40 minutes or whatever time this is gonna take. If you actually want to learn a skill, I can literally print you 6 figures a year or even more for the rest of your life. This is not something that is just in this moment. This is a skill that has been around for hundreds of years and it will be around as long as businesses exist in this world. And the bonus, somewhere at the end, I'll show you how to get a completely free resource in which I show you the exact strategy that made me over $240,000 in the last 19 months, semi-passively with around 3 hours of work per day. Only if you stick until the end. Somewhere near the end, I'll show you exactly how to get this resource, right? So let's get into it. Now, I know what you're thinking, just another guru trying to sell me the dream, right? So first of all, I want to be very clear. This is not one of those free trainings where I just give you a bunch of fluff and useless info, so I just try to sell you something at the end. I'll show you exactly how this works and how you can start making money with it by yourself. And yes, at the end, there'll be an offer to work with me if you want to make everything faster, but the offer is not for everyone anyway, and you can 100% do it by yourself if you want to. So first, a little background about me. My name is Vlad Dumitrescu. I was born in a middle-class family, one of the poorest countries in Europe, Romania. So if you're wondering about my weird accent, now you know where it's from. This was me 3 years ago, working as a delivery driver, making around $800 a month. This is me now, making around 20 to 25k a month from my laptop and traveling the world, right? I'm not smart or special in any way. In fact, I might have a below average IQ. That's probably why I can't speak so well, and my editor will probably make a lot of cuts to this video, I'm gonna be honest, right? But I just couldn't stand being average and living a normie life, right? So working an office job for 40 years and retiring to live off a pathetic government pension until I die was just not an option for me. I wanted to live a life worth living. I wanted freedom. So I tried every online business you can imagine from around 21 years old. I'm 28 now. So I invested thousands in stocks of products to sell on Amazon and lost almost everything. This was one of the products I tried to sell on Amazon, some Hawaiian lace, failed miserably. I think I lost around $4,000 or $3,500, something like that. Lost a few $100 promoting saturated dropshipping products on Facebook ads. This was a cat backpack, which I thought was a good idea to sell on my dropshipping stall. Again, failed. Lost money with trading. This was me trading with my fucking setup in my mom's house, right? I had like 3 monitors with charts and everything. It was a fucking headache. Lost money with that as well. So everything failed. All until I discovered an online skill called direct response copywriting. So this skill implies writing stuff for other businesses that help them make more money. Things like emails, ads, websites, video scripts, etc. So I bought a cheap online course that was teaching this skill and I started instantly. This was my journey, right? Year 1, could not find a single client, as in a business, to work with, and made 0 money. This was me in the car while I was delivering food in my father's old car. This was me trying to find clients in my small studio apartment in Bucharest, Romania. So made 0 money the first year, right? In the second year, I finally landed a client, almost by accident, but I was stuck making around $800 to $1,500 a month. This was me on the bus on my way to work, and this was me actually at the office at one of my clients, because I had a copywriting client for which I had to go to the office. It was basically like a 9 to 5 copywriting job. Now, the third year was when I actually discovered the right way to do it, and I managed to scale 20 to 25k per month consistently. This is what I made in the month of February. This is my invoice statement in Romanian currency, lei, and it equals to around over $25,000 in one single month. So these are some invoices that I issue to my clients. As you can see, this is an invoice for 30,000 lei. This is around $5,000. As you can see, this is in the month of February. Another invoice here, I think this was from one of my US clients for $2,000, $2,160 at the start of March. And here is another invoice for 71,000 lei. This is around $15,000 that I issued in the month of February for one of my clients, right? So this is all profit, by the way. I don't have to invest in stocks or products. I don't need to throw money on Facebook ads. I don't have any expenses besides my internet and electricity bill. Don't have any expenses. Don't have employees. Don't have anything. So this is all profit. So what does an average day in my life look like? Well, I wake up at around 2 p.m. at the moment I'm filming this video. I'm currently living in Thailand. I open up my laptop and work for a couple of hours, write a few emails and ads for my clients. Sometimes I spend a little bit more, maybe 4 or 5 hours in a day if I have to write a website page or a longer video script. After that, at around 7 or 8 p.m. I go to the gym and train boxing or maybe lift some weights. After that, I go out to eat with my friends. and after that I come back home, prepare my to-do list for the next day, and sometimes I may go out to a beach bar or club or just chill at home for the rest of the day, right? So this is like an average day for me. Now, I'm not sharing this to brag in any regard. I'm sharing it to show you what is possible, because even though I'm not a good writer, I actually hated writing in school and I still don't particularly like it. I'm not creative in any way. I'm not particularly intelligent, and I still managed to reach a 5-figure a month income and live this lifestyle by writing for a living. So I still made this work. But at first I thought I was just lucky. However, more and more people started seeing my success and coming to me for help. But I was hesitant because, like I said, I thought I was just lucky. But after more and more people starting to ask me how I did it, I finally gave in and started sharing my system with others. So one of the first was Mihai. Mihai made $12,000 last month, just 5 months after starting. When I met him, he couldn't even spell properly. Now he's making 5 figures a month while writing for a living. Get that in your head. He couldn't even spell a complete sentence from start to finish. He's now my best friend and business partner as well, right? Here you can see his income in 1 month, 54,000 lei, because he's from Romania as well. This is Romanian currency, equals to around over $12,000. Then Lucian, he's a 16 years old kid, still in high school. He reached 2.4K in a month after only 3 months of applying the system, and he's growing month by month. This kid is actually working 1 to 2 hours a day, by the way. He's still in high school. Imagine if he was working 4 hours or even 8 hours a day. He'd probably be making around 10 to 15K a month. Or Robert made $8,400 last month after starting this 4 months ago with zero experience in the field. As you can see here, he messaged us in the coaching group. This month has been one of the best ones so far with $8,400 and still 4 more days to go. So I realized this system was replicable, right? So after seeing how regular average people, some of them didn't even know how to write properly, succeeded and reached a 5-figure online income in just a few months with this business model, I was like, so this system is indeed replicable. So I refined it, I put it together in a step-by-step easy to follow framework, and I started a one-on-one mentoring program in which I already formed several 5-figure and future 5-figure copywriters. But like I said, today I'm going to reveal the whole system for free. So you won't have to pay anything for this information that I'm going to give out in this training. But first, what exactly is direct response copywriting? So this is a ChatGPT definition. Direct response copywriting means writing words that make people take action right away, like clicking a link, buying something, or signing up. You see it in things like ads on Instagram or YouTube, emails that make you want to buy something, web pages that explain a product and ask you to buy it. So the goal isn't just to sound good, the goal is to get results. So instead of writing for likes or views, you write to make people do something now, ideally buy something. Right? So I like to word it in a more simple way, is writing words that bring sales for businesses. It's also the core part of marketing, because everything in marketing is words, whether it's a script for a video ad, the text on a product page when you shop online, or the words on a banner outside the store trying to grab your attention. Everything is copywriting. So every business in this world needs copywriting. Things like ads, emails, website pages, video scripts, etc. Every business needs it. To put things in perspective, I asked ChatGPT how many businesses are in the world and how many direct response copywriters. So as you can see here, there are over 359 million businesses in this world, from local coffee shops to global e-commerce brands, but only 100,000 active copywriters and fewer than 5,000 specialized in direct response copywriting, the kind that actually drives sales. Alright, that means for every 3,000 businesses, there's only one direct response copywriter. So copywriting is far from saturated. If anyone tells you that, they don't know what they're talking about, basically. All you need is to learn a specific writing technique and use it to make other businesses more money. If you're able to do that, you'll be paid really damn well for it. For example, a short email like this can produce thousands, tens, or hundreds of thousands of dollars for a business. People like me write the words in these emails. Right, so as you can see here, it's a very short email, and these kinds of emails can produce a lot of money for businesses, and every business sends those kinds of emails. At least any business that's serious about making money. So like I said, every serious business sends at least 3 to 5 emails like this per week, and 99.9% of them are not written by the business owners themselves. They hire someone like me to do it. So let's say each email produces around $5,000 to $10,000 for a business. That business will make 15 to 50K per week just by sending a few emails. Emails that you can write. Don't you think that business would be willing to pay you a piece of that? Of course they would. That's the case for every business you see in your inbox, not including their ads, blogs, and videos they make with your scripts. And by now you may be wondering, why don't these businesses write this stuff themselves? Well, there are two reasons. First, they don't know how to, or second, they don't have the time, or they just don't know to bother. They would rather hire someone like me or you or anyone else to do this for them, alright? Because they already have a lot of stuff on there. You can imagine business owners have to deal with clients, they have to think about how to scale their business, they have to deal with suppliers, they have to deal with stocks of products, they have to deal with taxes, profit margins, and a lot of stuff. So they either don't have the time or they just don't want to bother to do this stuff themselves, alright? So copywriting right now is creating millionaires. It's one of the most, if not the most valuable skills in the world, because you can use it to market and grow any business on this planet. As you can see here, I asked ChatGPT which skill created the most millionaires. So the top two skills are sales and direct response copywriting, right? And now you might be wondering, why not just do sales? Well, I asked ChatGPT again, which is better in terms of time and scalability in simple terms. And as you can see, it said copywriting is better because you write something once and it can sell to thousands of people automatically 24/7. So in sales, you have to talk to one person at a time, right? So with copywriting, you can just write an email, that company can send it to 100,000 people, and it can literally generate tens of thousands of dollars only with one email that you just wrote once. Or you can write the text that goes on a website that sells a product, and it can sell on autopilot for months and years on end to people that go on that website. You just have to write that website once and it just prints money afterwards. So if you want more freedom, more scale, and less time spent working, copywriting wins. Alright. Now in simpler terms, exactly like I said, with copywriting you can sell one to many, with sales you can only sell one-on-one. So you can reach millions of people and generate millions of dollars with one good ad and a website page, right? That's the power this skill has. Now you can either use copywriting while working with other businesses, or you can use it to promote and grow your own business. Either way, every business in this world needs copywriting like it needs oxygen, and it literally cannot survive without it. Now, you may be asking, what about AI? Won't AI replace copywriters? So this is a question I get asked the most. The short answer is no. Right? So I've never seen any business replace human copywriters with AI. You still have to have the skill to know how to use AI to write decent copy and also review what it gives you. Okay, so otherwise it will just spit out absolute garbage. This is the kind of ads ChatGPT writes, for example, if you don't know what prompts to feed it. So here's an ad made by ChatGPT for a weight loss product, introducing Slim Pro, your new weight loss solution. Are you looking to lose weight quickly and easily? Slim Pro is a revolutionary new product designed to help you reach your weight loss goals. With its unique formula, Slim Pro supports metabolism, reduces appetite, and promotes fat burning. Thousands of satisfied customers have already tried Slim Pro and seen amazing results. Don't wait, order now and start your journey to a healthier you today. Benefits of Slim Pro: supports natural weight loss, boosts metabolism, reduces cravings, helps you feel more energetic. Buy now and receive a special discount for a limited time only. So this is the kind of stuff ChatGPT gives you. Now the funny thing is, if you don't know anything about copywriting, you might even think this ad is alright, and that's the biggest problem, right? In reality, this ad is bland, it's generic, it doesn't spark any emotions, and it lacks specificity and feels scammy. However, if you are a decent copywriter and know what prompts and information to give AI, you can use it to make your work 100 times faster. Okay, so this is an example of an ad I wrote with AI using a specific prompt. Still not perfect, but it's pretty damn near. So with just a few tweaks, this ad could absolutely crush it. You've tried everything and the weight still comes back. Keto, intermittent fasting, cutting sugar, you lose 3 to 4 kilos, then you gain 5 back. Not because you're lazy, not because you lack willpower, but because your body is stuck in fat storage mode and no diet in the world can fix that. The truth is, your metabolism isn't broken, it's misprogrammed. That's why you created Slim Pro, a science-backed formula that flips the fat burn switch inside your body so you burn more fat even while resting. No starving, no intense workouts, no cutting carbs, just 2 capsules in the morning and let your body do the rest. Thousands are already seeing results like 3 kilos gone in 7 days, jeans fitting again after 2 weeks, 7 centimeters of the waistline in under a month. You can be next. Limited stock available. Tap below to activate your fat burning switch now. Now, it's impossible not to see the difference, right? Like, this ad is not even in the same stratosphere as the previous ad, right? So this is what you can do with AI if you actually know what you're doing and if you actually know what prompts to feed AI and how to review its copy, okay? but you need to actually have the copywriting skill in order to do that. So it took me around 3 minutes to write that ad with AI, which is pretty decent. That was only because I knew what prompt to feed it, and I also knew how to review and refine it. So no, AI will not replace copywriters anytime soon. I'd say it will never replace truly good copywriters. AI is just a tool that will help you make everything faster so you can earn even more money as a copywriter. This business model got me from a broke delivery driver living in Romania to pretty much being able to do anything I want. So here in the second picture, I was on my way to Thailand. I remember when I bought this business class ticket, and I got feeling of gratefulness because I used to make that money, which I paid for that business class ticket, in around 2 months when I was delivering food. Right, so this is just around 1 year difference from these two pictures. Right? You can even see how my face changed. Like I look younger, I look healthier, because that's what happens when you are actually satisfied with your life and with the results that you're getting. Right, that's what happens. And the same system has already transformed multiple lives. Right, so Connor, for example, used to work at KFC, and now a guy paid him $2,000 to just write some emails, and apart from that he has a 10% revenue share from his business. He used to work at KFC just 1 month before, frying chicken. Again, Lucas just messaged us on the group 2 days ago. He made a 30% revenue share deal with a client after only around 3 or 4 weeks of applying this system. 30% revenue share with a guy who's actually one of the biggest financial consultants in this country, the Czech Republic. So this is what's possible with this system. No experience with copywriting whatsoever. But like I said, you have to use the right system, because the truth is most copywriters are broke and struggle to even get to $2,000 a month. That's if they're even making any money. So if you don't have a good system in place, you'll end up just another freelancer struggling to find gigs and getting paid crumbles for his work. So why most copywriters are broke? Well, most copywriters use freelancing platforms like Fiverr or Upwork to find work. But these platforms are flooded with low-paying clients, endless competition, and zero long-term stability. So they end up getting stuck at 1 to 2K a month while working 8 to 10 hours a day. Again, if they're even able to find clients and make money. So me and my students use our own system. A system that you can predictably use to make 10K, 15K, 20K, or even over 25K a month without working more than 3 hours a day. A bit earlier, I showed you the invoices from the month of February. So these are in the month of March. Invoices for my 3 clients totaling an amount of around $22,000. Again, there's an invoice in lei, Romanian currency, around 70,000 lei. This is around, I think, $3-4K. Another invoice for 2,000 something dollars for one of my clients in the US. And another invoice for 70,000 lei. Here you can see that's around, I think, $15,000. Okay. This was only in the month of March. And now I'll show you how to do the exact same thing. So buckle up, because I'm gonna reveal everything you need right here in this training. So here we go. Introducing the 3-step Rainmaker framework. How to reach 10K plus a month in the next 6 months with direct response copywriting. So there are 3 steps, right? Step 1 is how to write money printing words. Step 2 is signing high potential clients with no experience or portfolio. And step 3, scaling to 5 figures a month with 20 hours of work per week. Okay, we're gonna go through each one of these steps. So step 1, writing money printing words. All right, first thing that we need to understand is the basics of marketing. So what is marketing? Well, it's basically linking your client's product with their customers' needs. That's marketing, right? In short, your job is to come up with reasons for why the customer would need that product. For example, John is fat, your client sells a weight loss coaching program, so you need to come up with reasons to make John realize that this program will help him lose weight. Ideally in the easiest and fastest way possible. So if you do that, John buys the program, your client makes money, that means you make money as well. So how do you do all of that? So the first thing that you need to do is the avatar research. So the avatar is basically your client's ideal customer. In this case, John, the overweight guy who wants to lose weight. That means you need to find out what are John's or people like John's deepest pain points and desires, because you're going to use those when you write in order to make John or anyone in this situation buy the product. So you can find all that info online. People who are in pain talk a lot, okay? So you can find everything you need on sites like Reddit, YouTube transformation videos or comments, Amazon reviews for weight loss books in this example, Facebook groups, competitors' websites, etc. Here I have an example. I made a screenshot of a Reddit post of a guy trying to lose weight. So as you can see, people open up a lot on these forums, okay? And you can find a lot of information about their pains and desires on this forum. So as you see, this guy opens up a lot. I've been thin my whole life up into my late 20s. I literally gained over 60 pounds within 2 years. This year I changed my diet. I don't eat fast food. I don't drink soda. I stopped drinking alcohol. I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables. I eat a lot of salads. I keep my calories way before what's normal for my age and height, etc. I have only lost about 10 pounds this year. If I have like 2 days where I eat like 2000 calories, all of a sudden my weight starts going up again. I feel like I have to starve myself to lose weight and it doesn't feel sustainable. Someone told me I'm a lazy piece of shit and that they lost 60 pounds in 6 months the other day. I felt really hurt by that. I'm trying. I just don't understand why it's hard though. I don't understand why I eat salads while my skinny coworkers eat stuff like fried chicken. And this guy goes on and on and on about his fucking pains and how bad is he feeling and how hard it is to be fat, right, and to lose weight. So people open up a lot on the internet and you can find every information that you need on your ideal customer online. So here's an example of the pain points and desires for this particular avatar. So the pain points can be, he has been struggling to lose weight for years. He tried every diet under the sun with no success. He tried training hard in the gym. He's out of breath after he climbs a set of stairs. He struggles with low self-confidence and he has to wear large clothes to hide his body. His wife doesn't feel attracted to him anymore, etc. Right? So the deeper you go here, the better. Okay. The desires can be things like he wants a sustainable way to lose weight and keep his results without restrictive diet or spending hours in the gym. He wants to be fit and healthy. He wants to feel good and confident in his skin again. He wants to be admired for his looks and confidence. He wants his wife and kids to respect him and see him as a role model. Again, the deeper you go here, the better. You can find all of this stuff online, okay? So after you do the avatar research and find out all of these things, you need to learn about your client's product, right? So what it does, how it works, why is it different from other products on the market? So you basically just have to ask your client to tell you about it. This is not rocket science. You just ask him about his product, okay? In this example, let's say your client's program helps people like John lose 30 to 45 pounds in 3 to 4 months without restrictive diets or hard workouts in the gym. And let's say it works by applying 3 simple principles. 1, calorie deficit. 2, changing the way you prepare your favorite foods so they are lower in calories. And 3, teaches you how to track your macros, so protein, carbs and fats, so you lose weight without starving yourself or taking on restrictive diet. For the record, this is just a fictional product that I just invented, okay? It's not even real, but I had weight loss coaches which I worked with, which had like similar products. So once you get all that info, the only thing left is to start writing basically. I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that now. So there are 2 types of copy that you can write for your clients. There is short form copy like emails, ads, captions, etc. And there is long form copy. So website pages, VSLs, that's video sales letters, and so on, right? And we're gonna go through each one of them. So short form copy. First, you're gonna use all the info gathered in your avatar research and the specific writing technique to write stuff that sells your client's product. We will focus mainly on emails and ads because these bring in the most money. So emails and ads can be written in the exact same way. You will use templates to make everything. You don't have to be creative and reinvent the wheel. Basically, you'll use already proven templates. And the 2 templates that I like to use are DIC, that's disrupt, intrigue, click. I'm gonna go through each one of them and you're gonna see exactly how they work and what they mean. And PAS, that's problem, agitate, solution. So let's go through them. DIC first, disrupt, intrigue, click. So this is an ad example made for that fictional product and that fictional avatar that I just invented earlier, okay, for John who wants to lose weight. As you see, this ad is made from 3 distinct parts. There is a part that disrupts, okay, that attracts attention. There is a part that intrigues the reader, so it sparks curiosity and intrigue. He wants to know more, he needs to know more basically. And there's the last part, which basically has the role to make the reader click and go to the next page, to the product page, to the website page, or whatever, where they find out more information about the product and actually have the chance to buy it, right? So this is an ad example. I'm gonna go through it fast. So the disrupt part. We start with the disrupt, right? This counterintuitive weight loss method helped hundreds of regular people lose 30 to 45 pounds in a span of 3 to 4 months, okay? It's disruptive right? It's a counterintuitive weight loss method, right? It's counterintuitive, it's different, it's unique, it's something people may have never heard about before. It helped hundreds of regular people, right? It helped a lot of people lose 30 to 45 pounds in a span of 3 to 4 months. So they lost a lot of weight in a short amount of time, basically, right? So this is the disrupt part. It attracts attention, right? It makes the reader want to read more. Then goes the intrigue part. Here we spark curiosity even more. So it goes like this. And all of that without any restrictive diets, without spending hours in the gym or tied to the treadmill, and without having to starve themselves and take any sketchy supplements or miracle pills. All it takes are 3 minor changes in the way you prepare your meals. Changes that can enable you to lose weight and keep it off forever while still enjoying your favorite foods, because these simple changes activate your body's natural fat burning process, and you can predictably burn fat without starving yourself or killing your body inside the gym. As you can see, I never said what these 3 changes are, okay? I'm just sparking curiosity about them. I'm creating intrigue about them, okay? So I gave a big benefit. I created curiosity about how it works, and after that, I just make people want to click and find out more about the product. So they're just dying to know about it by now, right? So the click part is pretty basic. It goes like, so if you want to know exactly what this counterintuitive weight loss method implies and how to use it to lose 30 to 45 pounds in the next 3 to 4 months without starving yourself, without letting go of your favorite foods, and without having to waste hours in the gym, click the button below this video and find out how it works. So by now, the reader is basically dying to know more about it, and click on the ad to find out more information, see what the product is about, and hopefully buy it. Like, the ad's role is not really to make people buy, it's just to have people go to the next step, right? Go to the page, go to the website, go and see more information, so they make the buying decision afterwards on the website, right? The ad is not meant to sell, it's just meant to have people click so they go on the next step. The second template is PS, okay? So problem, agitate, solution. So it's pretty straightforward, right? You start with the problem, you agitate the problem, okay? So you describe basically your client's, his customer problem, and then you provide a solution, okay? Which is his product, basically. So this is another example of an ad made for that weight loss program that we're trying to sell John, so he's not fat anymore and his wife loves him again, okay? So we start with the problem. Maybe you've been trying to lose weight for a while. You've tried every diet, keto, Atkins, intermittent fasting, you name it. Maybe you even hired a trainer or a nutritionist, and maybe then you're going to agitate, okay? You agitate the problem, and maybe you lost a few pounds, but the weight always came back. Or worse, you gained even more. Why? Because starvation and crazy workouts just aren't sustainable. You eat normal again and boom, back to square one. But here's the truth. It's not your fault. The fitness industry has been lying to you. You don't need to starve yourself or spend hours in the gym to lose weight. What you need is a simple plan that fits your body and your life. Now we're transitioning into the solution, right? A plan that lets you lose weight without giving up your favorite foods or killing yourself with workouts. My name is, introduce guru's name, client's name, whatever, and I've helped X people transform their bodies and reclaim their health with my fat burn switch method. It works by giving your body exactly what it needs to start burning fat naturally and keep that excess weight off for good, because this is not another diet but an enjoyable and sustainable lifestyle. And if you want to see how it works and how it can work for you, click here to watch this short video. So you see how I start with the problem. Basically, I hook readers with me talking about their problem. Then I agitate the problem, so I go deep into their pain and into their specific problem, so they cannot lose weight. Even if they lose weight with, let's say, a restrictive diet, they cannot sustain it and they get fat again, or they put even more weight than before, right? So I go deep into those problems that, by the way, you have to find in your avatar research, right? Like I showed you before. And after that, I show the solution, or I provide a solution, right? So you've been doing things wrong the whole time. Here's the best way to do it. Click this link and see how it works, right? And this can be a video about, you know, your client's product that basically can make his customers buy it. So this is short form copy. Now you see how I introduced the avatar's pains and desires that we talked about earlier into these emails and ads. So basically all you need to do is use already proven writing templates like DIC and PAS and tie the product to those pains and desires. That's it. Simple, right? Now you can reach $10,000 plus per month while only writing simple emails and ads for other businesses. Okay, maybe even more than that. I know people who make more than that, only by writing emails and ads. But if you want to make much more than that and scale to over 20 to 30K a month, you also want to write long form copy. What is long form copy? So the same principles from short form copy apply here. You're just writing longer sheet, and that longer sheet will make more money, okay, obviously. Now, I'm not talking about blog posts or articles, okay, because that shit doesn't make any money, and it's also a little bit gay, to be honest, okay. What I'm talking about is sales pages and VSLs. So sales pages are basically website pages selling products or services, and VSLs, video sales letters, are basically the same as a sales page but in video format. So you just write the script for that video as a copywriter. That's it. Same shit. Again, you'll take all the info from the avatar research and use templates. Easy. Alright? I'm gonna show you how. So this is the sales page / VSL template, is the same, that produced millions of dollars for my own clients. Okay? And hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions for me. So this is the structure that I use. There's the title, okay, where you introduce a big benefit and make the product seem unique. You talk about the desires, then you talk about the pain points of your avatar, then you talk about how the real problem plus your client's product equals hope. I'm gonna go through all of this, so it's gonna be very clear. All right, don't worry about it. Then you talk about the story, so how your client basically discovered or created the product, okay? Then you introduce the product, then you talk about how it works, what you get when you buy. Then I do a push-pull technique, that's an easy persuasion technique that I'll show you. And then the last part is basically when I tell them to buy this shit, basically. So buy this product, buy this program, whatever it is, right? That's the call to action, okay? And I'm gonna go through each one of these. So basically, I'm gonna show you how to write an entire sales page or VSL right now in this training. So like I said, it's easy once you understand how to use the template, and I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that right now. Okay, so let's open a Google Doc, an empty Google Doc, and let's see how you actually write a sales page using this structure. So here's the structure. Okay, we'll go through the structure. So we start with the title, right? Now, as I said, you introduce a big benefit and make it unique, okay? So what title could we write for this product? So let's say the counterintuitive weight loss method that hundreds of people are already using to burn 30 to 45 pounds of excess fat in as little as 3 to 4 months without letting go of their favorite foods or taking on restrictive diets or wasting hours in the gym. Okay, we can delete this or and put here a comma, and we have this title. Okay, this is a basic title. Like, I'm not gonna show you how to write like an entire $1 million sales page right now. Like, that's not possible. It can take days to do it, but I'm gonna say like this could be a title, right? So a template for these kinds of titles that I like to use is this one, right? I just copy and pasted it because I had it in another document. So this is basically a template that I like to use for titles. So the objective or descriptor, method, strategy, system, whatever that target audience are already using to insert result, insert desired result here in as little as X months without pain point 1, pain point 2, or pain point 3. Right, so this could be a template, right? Then you go into the desires. Okay, so you can say something like, if you want to effortlessly shed off 30 to 45 pounds in the next 3 to 4 months without killing your body with another restrictive diet. Excuse my spelling, right? I told you I'm not a fucking good writer. Doesn't matter, I'm still making 5 figures a month by doing this. Or waste another hour on the treadmill, and more than like this, and more than that, maintain your results in the long term with a pleasant and sustainable lifestyle. This will be the most important video page whatever you'll ever watch or read. It depends if it's a VSL or a sales page, right? Because this method will allow you to do that even if you tried X, Y, and Z. Just insert some methods they tried before, right? So this is how you basically write the desires. Now, obviously, you're gonna write them better than this. You're gonna do your avatar research and just write it properly. Again, I'm not gonna be able to write an entire sales page in this video. I'm just gonna go a few minutes to just show you that it's actually not that hard to do it once you get the hang of it. And these kinds of pages can produce millions of dollars. Now you can go into the pain points. So again, you enumerate their pain points, okay, that you found out in your avatar research, online, on the forums, or any other platforms, all right? And you can say something like, if you're reading this, you've probably tried every diet under the sun. Maybe you lost a bit of weight, but you put it all back, or even more. Again, I'm writing it very fast, so excuse my spelling mistakes. You did this, you did that. Just enumerate what they did, right? I'm not gonna just write an entire sales page like I said. Okay, you feel like shit, etc. Just say about how, don't write you feel like shit, but just write about how they feel and everything. Just write, you try to use the words that you found that they use on those forums or in those YouTube comments or in those Amazon reviews that you research. So if you use their own words, this will be very powerful because they will resonate a lot with what you're writing, and it will basically skyrocket the chances of them buying, right? So this is a hack on its own. All right, so you just talk about the pain. After that, you talk about the real problems. So why most diets don't work and shit like that. So you can say the real problem is not that you're not disciplined or motivated. The fitness industry is just lying to you. They tell you to, I don't know, insert here traditional weight loss methods, okay? Like, I don't know, eat chicken and rice and go to the gym and spend hours in the gym and things like that. But that lifestyle is not sustainable on the long term, and you will inevitably come back to your old habits and gain all that weight back, okay? So I'm explaining why what they did before doesn't work, okay? What you have to do instead is activate your body's natural fat burning switch. Okay, once you do that, you can effortlessly burn fat and keep it off without having to again introduce all the hard things they tried. Okay, you will now insert their desires, okay? So shed fat while, I don't know, enjoying your favorite foods, feel fit and healthy again, be admired and looked up by the people around you. Again, you need to write this in a proper way. Now I'm just blasting through it, right? I'm just giving you some examples of how to write like a sales page. Okay, then you go into the story, okay? So the story, you just talk about how this guy discovered the product, how he created the product. And the thing is, you need to make it relatable, as relatable to the reader as possible, okay? So you can say something like, my name is X. So this is the client's name. And a few years ago, I was just like you. Okay, again, excuse my spelling. I'm going through this fast, okay? So fat, depressed, my wife didn't love me, etc. Okay. Then I discovered the method. Okay, I lost, and talk about how he discovered it. Okay, you have to talk with your clients about this stuff and find out about this stuff. Okay, so you know what to actually write in here. But I discovered the method, talk about how they discovered it. Then I lost the weight. You basically talk about how he changed his life. I lost the weight. Now I'm happy. My life transformed, etc. Okay. Then you introduce the product. So you can say introducing the metabolic rebuild program. Okay, I just made this from the top of my head. I have no idea how I made this name up. Okay, a personalized coaching program in which I guide you one-on-one to apply this fat burn switch method and lose 30 to 45 pounds in the next 3 to 4 months. Okay, then you talk about how it works. Okay, so how it actually works. Step 1, we reset your metabolic switch. Okay, insert a few details here about how it works. Again, this is all fictional, like you need to actually find out how your client's product works. Okay, insert details. Step 2, we activate your body's natural fat burning switch. Okay, again, give more details. And step 3, we maintain your results with a flexible and enjoyable lifestyle. So it's basically what the avatar wants, right? Lose weight without any effort and maintain his results. Okay, so this is how it works. This was step 3. Okay, then what you get inside the program. So tangibles, right? These are tangible things that they fucking get in the program. Okay, so you can say full nutrition plan, personalized for you, easy, no bold please, easy to prepare recipes with your favorite foods, or based on your favorite foods would be more grammatically correct. Based on your favorite foods. 3, 24/7 support from me or a coach. 4, 3 calls a week with me, and so on. You can go like just list up everything they get inside the program. And here what I like to do is use a push-pull technique, which is, like I said, an easy but very effective persuasion technique that I'll show you right now. So this is basically like you say, this may not be for you and it's probably not for you, but if you're willing to act and do X, Y, and Z, then this is for you. So basically buy my shit, right? So you can say something like, however, if you think this is a magic method that will help you lose weight without any effort, lose weight in a few days, you can say without any effort, this program is not for you. Okay, so I'm pushing them, right? But if you are willing to follow this step-by-step plan and do X, Y, and Z. So you basically say if you're willing to act and to do the effort, but you make the effort sound very easy. That's very important. So you don't make it actually sound hard. You make it sound very easy anyway. But you can say something like, yeah, if you're willing to follow this step-by-step plan, do X, Y, and Z, I don't know, like spend 1 hour a day to just prepare your meals and do like 10 minutes a day of workouts or whatever this program entails, we can say 3 to 4 months from now you could have 30 to 45 pounds less. You could again insert desires, again insert the avatar's desires, insert John's desires. You'll feel healthy again, you lose the weight, you feel good, you have more energy. People around you will be astonished by your transformation and will constantly ask you how you did it and so on and so forth. Alright, so insert some desires here. Then this program is for you, okay? And then you basically have the last call to action in which you basically tell them to buy the stuff, okay? So here what I like to do is the 3 options. You have 3 options basically. You have 3 options. 1, do nothing and your life basically remains the same. 2, you do it yourself, but it may take you a long time and it will be very hard. Or 3, you do it with me and you achieve desired result, right? Much faster and easier, okay? If you wanna do it with me, press the button below and schedule a call. So when you work with a client which basically has a expensive coaching program, the call to action will be basically for the reader to schedule a call and he will be sold the program inside the sales call. Or if you're selling a lower ticket program, you can state the price in the page and just have a buy button somewhere in the page at the bottom of it, okay? So this is basically how you write a sales page, okay? You have the title, desires, pain points, real problem plus your client's product equals hope, okay? You talk about the real problem, why other things don't work and why your client's product is basically the ultimate solution to their goals. After that, you talk a little bit about the story. So the hero story, how the guru, basically how your client discovered the product. Then you introduce the product, you talk a little bit about how it works, what you get exactly, the tangibles that you get inside the program, so when they buy. And you have a push-pull technique. This is not for you if, but this is for you if you do X, Y, and Z. And then you basically have the CTA. And I like to do this 3 options technique that I found to work very, very well. And this is the exact sales page / VSL structure that I use to create pages that basically produce millions of dollars for my clients. So I have a client for which I wrote a page with this structure and he has produced, I think, over $1,200,000 in less than 1 year, okay? Only for one client. So these are the kinds of results that you can get if you actually use a proper template, do a little bit of research on your avatar, and have some basic copywriting skills and a high potential client, of course. These are the kinds of results that you can get. And you can get paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions for writing pages like this. So this is how I write long form copy. So you see how this works. Basically, you just gather some info about your client's ideal customer from the internet and use templates to write things like emails, ads, and sales pages using all that info. It's not rocket science. Again, all you need is a basic grasp of the English language, okay? And even that can be fixed with ChatGPT in 2025. You don't even need to be a good English speaker in 2025 to do copywriting, because ChatGPT can basically take your copy and fix all the grammar mistakes in a few seconds. All right, so you don't even need to be a good English speaker nowadays to make basically 5 figures a month with copywriting. Again, remember Mihai, he couldn't even spell properly. Right now he makes an average of 10K a month writing for a living. Now he's also my business partner and we are constantly sharing client projects, and he actually became so good at this, I'd say even better than me in many ways, that is also a mentor inside the coaching program, and he's teaching this system to other people alongside me. Okay, he's actually here with me in Thailand right now. So this is what he made since the start of the year until June of 2025. It's around 60,000 US dollars. Now that was step 1, how to write money printing words. Okay, but now comes the interesting part. How to get clients, right? How to actually sign high potential clients with no experience or portfolio. First, we need to understand one thing. clients don't care about your portfolio. I know you think that, but believe me, they don't care about the portfolio. They don't care about your experience. They care about how you can help them make more money. That's it. So you don't need a portfolio if you apply the strategy I'm about to show you. Now, here's how most copywriters try to get clients. They either find businesses on social media and send generic ass outreach messages like this. Okay, so this is an example. Like maybe if you try to do copywriting before, your favorite guru may have told you to write these kinds of messages. So, hey Julia, just came across your page, really like the way you explained layering serums on that recent reel. Super clean and easy to follow. You clearly know your stuff. Quick question, are you doing anything with email right now? I've seen lots of brands like yours leave a ton of money on the table just by not having a simple email flow in place. So I figured I'd ask. Like, this is actually the worst kind of message that you can send. I know maybe if you've been watching some gurus on the internet, maybe some of you know who I'm talking about. They tell you to send like these exact types of messages. I'm telling you right now, these don't fucking work, especially in 2025, okay? Because everyone else is sending the same type of messages, okay? So they don't work, right? They simply don't work anymore. And then they cry about how copywriting is saturated. No, copywriting is not saturated, right? You're just doing it fucking wrong, okay? So another thing many copywriters do is they go on freelancing platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, right? So just don't get me started on those. I mean, if you want to stay stuck at 1 to 2K a month and compete with Abdul from Pakistan who charges $5 an hour, be my guest, all right? And I know this because I actually tried all of those things, okay? I spent 1 year outreaching to businesses and doing everything your favorite copywriting gurus were saying, okay? It's a numbers game, just do more volume, bro. You just need to follow up more and shit like that. I sent over 1,000 personalized messages to get one booked call with a potential client, and the guy didn't even want to work with me, okay? I also spent months writing proposal letters on Upwork, hoping I would at least land a $10 an hour project, okay? And even that didn't work. So the reality is you have to be different if you want to really make money as a copywriter in 2025, okay? You just have to be different. So it was only after I discovered this strategy that I'm using now that I was able to consistently land high potential clients. This strategy works so well that it actually got me 2 clients in the very first week of using it. Okay, it recently got me 3 new high potential clients in just 2 weeks by sending only 9 cold DMs. So not 200, not 100, not 50, 9 DMs. And right now I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. So here is how to actually do it. You're gonna find businesses on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. You mainly want to work with online coaches, e-commerce brands, or SaaS companies, because these types of businesses can pay you the most money with the least amount of work. So you're gonna use specific keywords or hashtags to find those businesses, okay? For example, you can search for fitness coaches on Instagram, or you can use hashtags like online store, skincare, hashtag free shipping, and so on for hashtags for e-commerce brands, for example, right? So as a note, the more you niche down, the better. Okay, because there's less competition. So I can even show an example how to search for prospects right now. So let's say I search for fitness coach. Okay, I type fitness coach on the Instagram search tab and I get a bunch of results right now. So let's go through these results, and let's say I see this first guy. So this is just an example. Now please don't all of you go and just outreach to this guy, okay? But yeah, let's go to the first guy. Okay, we go on his profile. We see that he's basically, I think he's a fitness coach, okay? This guy is a fitness coach. You see he has a fitness program. And you can basically go on and message this guy and pitch your services, right? I'm gonna show you exactly how to message prospects in the following slides, but that's how you basically find potential clients, okay? Now, as I said, don't all of you go for fitness coaches, okay? So this is just a basic example, all right? Like I said, the more you niche down, the better it is in general. There are online coaches and consultants for basically every niche you can imagine, okay? Sales, law of attraction, manifesting, business coaches, and so on, okay? So you can find coaches on any niche you can imagine. Do not all of you go for fitness coaches, all right? I can show another example, like how to find an e-commerce store. So let's say I search for the hashtag online store, right? I search for online store. Let's see what pops up. Okay, again, there's a lot of pages that pop up. So let's go on maybe the second one. Okay, there's a reel here. I go on the profile. So this is basically an online e-commerce store. Okay, he has 500 followers. You can see he has a website. He's selling some products on a website, right? So you just found another potential client, an e-commerce brand. Okay, so this is how you find prospects. Okay, now how you outreach. Now this is where most copywriters fail miserably, right? So this is why most copywriters fail at getting clients. So pay very close attention, because this is where most copywriters fuck up. So instead of sending messages like, hey, I love your content, I was wondering if you do anything with email, like all these other gurus tell you to do this, all right? And some of you maybe know what I'm talking about, all right? But this hasn't worked since 2021. But these kinds of messages simply don't work anymore, because everyone is sending them, right? So they're saturated, they don't work. I use a specific outreach system that flies basically right under your prospect's radar, because you actually show up as someone who's genuinely trying to help, instead of just another freelancer who just wants their money. Okay, so here's how it works exactly. I start with a genuine compliment or question. Okay, and then I go a little back and forth without even mentioning that I'm a copywriter. Okay, so here's an example of a client I outreached to and I ended up closing afterwards. So you can see here it's a normal message like, thanks for the value. I just give him a compliment, okay, and say how his content changed my life. Okay, now did his content change my life? Do I actually give a fuck? No. Does it matter? No. I just started a conversation. You can lie, like this doesn't matter, okay? So I told this guy, thanks for all the value you've been putting out, bro. Your content really helped me understand more about the Airbnb rental business and gave me the confidence to start doing it myself. Cheers, man. And you see the guy answered, sick dude, where are you from? So I just started a conversation, right? It's just a normal conversation. And then I just go a little back and forth without even mentioning that I'm a copywriter, okay? After a few days, I offer, now this is very important, so pay very, very close attention to this. After a few days, I offer a free sample as thanks because they helped me with their content and advice, okay? Now, this is very important. Make it seem very random, okay? This is an example of a message you can send. So, hey brother, I randomly bumped into one of your ads and I saw that you aren't sending any welcome emails after I signed up to your newsletter. So I took a few minutes to write one for you. It should warm up your new subscribers so they are more willing to buy your products in the future. Figured I'd take the time to write it since you already helped me with your insert advice, content, whatever, right? So you just make it sound like you're trying to give back, right? They already helped you and you're just trying to return the favor. Make it sound like that, right? Now, don't copy this exact message, okay? Now, don't be fucking gay. Make up your own message. This is just an example, okay? This is just a template example that you can use. If everyone will copy this message, it will probably not work anymore, okay? But the principle is the same, okay? After that, you wait for their approval, okay? You send the free sample. As a note, you make the free sample about something they actually need. So if you see their emails are shit, basically, you can write a few emails for them, right? As a free sample. If you see their ads are shit, you can write some ads for them, right? So see what they actually need, okay? That's very important. Now, if they like it, you propose a Zoom call and you sign the client inside the call, right? Easy, right? So here you can see a conversation I had with a client that I closed recently. That's fire, bro. I'm gonna have my team implement it right now. So this is after I send the free sample. Tell me more about what you do. I've been looking for someone to help me with my marketing. Glad you like it. I'd love to hear what results it brings after you implement it. Well, now that you mention it, I actually took a better look at your funnel and I saw a few other crucial aspects I could improve to increase your lead flow and quality. I'd be happy to point them out to you in a short 15-minute Zoom call. Sure, bro, give me your calendar and let's do it. So easy, right? Now, obviously, you will not close the first prospect that you'll message, right? You still have to message a bunch of them, but using this strategy will make it much easier for you. You won't have to go through hundreds and thousands of DMs to just get one client. Like I said, I used this strategy and got 3 clients with only 9 DMs, all right? So no other guru on the fucking internet will talk about this. So I hope you're fucking grateful, all right? I hope you're appreciating the value that I'm giving inside this training, okay? Now, how to sign clients in Zoom calls? Easy. easy to do if they like your free sample, all right? Because they already know that you can help them, so they won't care about your portfolio or experience, okay? So inside the call, you just ask them about their business. You find out what they need, for example, emails, ads, etc. You offer to do that. You can say something like a well-written regular email newsletter can bring you 30% of your total business revenue. That's actually true. You make them an offer they can't refuse inside the call, and you sign them, okay? So an offer can be something like, here I write emails for you, it will be $2,000. If you don't get X results, I give you your money back, right? So you put the pressure on you, you relieve the worry from them that maybe you will not deliver results and they will pay you for nothing and they will lose the money, and you sign them, right? So easy. Obviously the offer should be personalized for them, and what you find out inside the call is really not that hard. If they like your free sample, it's really not that hard, all right? Now, question for you. Do you see yourself sending a few IGDMs and hopping on a 30-minute Zoom call? Because that's all you need to secure deals worth thousands of dollars a month. That's all you need. Now comes the fun part, and that's step 3. Scaling to 5 figures a month with 20 hours a week, okay? So first of all, you need to understand why most copywriters stay broke and don't ever make it over 2 to 3K a month. That's if they're even making any money, okay? And the reason is because they don't know how to present their value and make good deals with their clients. They set up deals to get paid by the hour or by project. In other words, they trade their time for money and they remain forever stuck in the freelancer race, all right? So you need to show them that you're more than just another freelancer. You need to present yourself as a strategic partner, all right? And if you do that, they will feel obliged to pay you as such, all right? So you'll not get paid as just another freelancer. You'll get paid and rewarded as an actual partner if you present yourself that way. So here is exactly how you scale to over 5 figures a month with 20 hours of work per week as a copywriter. So there are 2 parts. Like I said, you present yourself as a strategic partner and set up a 10 to 15% revenue share deal with your client, okay? I have guys in my program who did 30% revenue share deals with clients, but those are exceptional cases. Like in most cases, you'll be able to set up a 10 to 15% revenue share deal, okay? And after that, you build up automated funnels that bring money on autopilot for your clients and mostly passive commissions for you, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly how you do that. So let's start with the first part, okay? Presenting yourself as a strategic partner and setting up a 10 to 15% revenue share deal. So you make your client understand that you are not here to just write emails, okay? You're here to help them make more money and grow their business. Then you propose a 10 to 15% revenue share from the sales that you bring them with your work, okay? Things like emails, ads, sales pages that you write, etc. Okay, you make it seem like a no-brainer to them to give you that percentage from those sales. Okay, you can say something like, the more money I help you make, the more money I make. So this way I am as motivated as possible to make you as much money as possible. If you can word this idea in a way that resonates with your specific client, you'll be able to easily set up a 10 to 15% revenue share deal with him. I have a 100% close rate on these types of deals, okay? 100% close rate, because I know how to present the value of what I'm doing to my clients. So that's easy to do once you get the hang of it. Now comes the best part. Building automated funnels for your clients. So after you make a revenue share deal, all you have to do is use your copywriting skill to build marketing funnels that bring sales on autopilot for your clients. Okay, so here is an example of a funnel that I created for one of my clients in the law of attraction niche. Okay, so you can see here there are some ads that I wrote. These ads are running on autopilot. I just had to write them once, and since then they have been running on autopilot through Facebook ads. Those ads are redirecting people on this guy's sales page, okay, my client sales page that I wrote as well. And from that page, basically there are 2 outcomes. They either buy immediately from the page, or they don't buy and they get an automated follow-up email sequence that consists of a few emails that automatically get sent to people who saw the sales page to further incite them to buy the product. Okay, so this whole funnel runs entirely on autopilot. I just wrote those ads once, I wrote that sales page once, I wrote those emails once, and since then, I think it's already been 8 months since I created it. It took me like 13 days to create it, and since then it has been producing money on autopilot for my client and passive commissions, mostly passive commissions. Sometimes I change the ads from time to time, I make some new ads, but mostly passive commissions for me. Right, so I didn't have to do the design for the website or that sales page. I didn't have to film those ads. I just wrote the texts and the scripts for them. That's it. It took me like, I don't know, a few days to complete. So yeah, like I said, this particular funnel has generated around $420,000 since I created it around 8 months ago. It took me around 13 days, I think, to create. It was 13 or 12 days, something like that. And since then, it has been producing around $50,000 to $50,000 a month for my client. Okay, and at a 10% commission, that means I consistently make $5,000 plus a month of mostly passive income, month after month. All I do is spend a couple of hours max to write some new ads for it every month. Okay, that's it. So a funnel like this can run for months or even years and requires little to no maintenance. It takes a few days to write the ads, sales page and emails. And then the only thing it requires is to make some new ads from time to time, maybe 2-3 new ads per month. And you can do that in around 30 minutes to 1 hour per month, right? This way your client makes sales on autopilot and you pocket mostly passive commissions from those sales. So that's how you scale to 5 figures a month with 20 hours a week. For example, you create a funnel that makes, let's say, $50,000 a month for your client. That's easily doable if your client has a decent product, by the way. You take 10% of that, so $5,000 a month in your pocket. That means you only need 2 or 3 clients to make at least $10,000 to $15,000 a month while working a few hours per week. You don't need to work with 10 clients at once. You just need 2 or 3 high potential clients and create a few funnels. That's it. For example, one of my clients consistently generates $160,000 to $200,000 per month from the funnels that I created for him. Okay, so this is his income. This guy is from Romania as well. This is his income from the month of June, the month I'm filming this training right now. So 750,000 lei, that means around $172,000 in 1 month. Okay, so I make between $16,000 and $20,000 each month only from this client. And I have 2 more clients who make a little less money than that, all right? And that's why I make around $20,000 to $25,000 every single month. Now, I spent a few weeks building all the funnels for my clients. That was months ago, by the way. And that's exactly, like I said, how I'm able to make $20,000 to $25,000 per month while not working more than 20 hours a week, okay? And that's how you can do it as well. So as a summary, this is all you need to do to scale to over $10,000 a month with direct response copywriting. 1. You learn the basic skill of writing persuasive copy. That takes a few days to get a hang of it if you use templates. 2. You send a few DMs to businesses and sign 2 to 3 high potential clients on a 10 to 15% revenue share deal. Alright. 3. You write stuff like emails, ads, and websites that bring sales on autopilot for your clients, and you get paid recurrent 4 or 5 figure monthly commissions from each client. Alright. And 4. You repeat the process, get more clients, build more funnels, and continue to scale as much as you want. It just depends on how much you want to work and how much money you want to make, basically. That's it. That's all you need. All right. So how exactly does your work as a copywriter look like? Well, you write your stuff, ads, emails, etc. in a Google Doc and send it to your client for review. They may tell you to change or tweak a few things. You take that feedback and make the changes. Your client uses the words to make money and you get paid. It's that simple. Now, if we parted ways right now and you'd go to do this on your own, it would be a worthy path to follow if that were your only option. But there's another option. An option where we work together and I personally help you hit 5 to 15K a month plus in the next 6 months. Okay. And if that idea even slightly excites you, I'm gonna show you exactly how it works. Alright? But first you need to understand one thing. I'm not here to feed you bullshit, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm only doing this to help other people with no benefit to myself. There is a price point required to work with me, obviously. But yes, I do take pride in helping others. Because I know how it feels to be broke and stuck in a 9-to-5 job with no direction in life. I know how it feels to grind every single day and try a million different things for years with no results. I know the feeling of helplessness, of not being able to help and provide for a family in case an unforeseen emergency comes up. I know how it feels to see the disappointment in your family's eyes because they think you'll never go anywhere in life. Or your friends giving you weird looks because you're trying all these things to make money while they proudly go to their real jobs every single day. And I also know how it feels to see 18-year-olds buying Lambos on social media while you have to look at prices every time you walk into the supermarket, right? Because I've been there, so I know how it feels. And nothing makes me more happy than knowing I contribute to transforming other people's lives. So that's exactly what I'm doing by working with my copywriting clients. I've built marketing campaigns for weight loss coaches who literally save lives. I work with personal development coaches who've basically changed the trajectory of people's futures. But I also did it because I made loads of money, right? I'm gonna be honest. I probably wouldn't have done it otherwise, as much as I love helping people. And now I pride myself in helping others do exactly what I do. Make loads of money while helping other businesses grow while also contributing to changing lives. People like Alex, who just bought himself his dream car after only 3 months of applying the system. Okay, you can see here Alex bought a 2015 Camaro. He made $37,000 in commissions in the last 3 months. Or Darius, who made $3,475 by writing a few emails for his client. It took him, I think, 2 days to write those emails. I think he's saying this here in this message, yeah. 21 emails, made them full in about 2 days. My best win so far. 12.5% revenue share from $27,800. So that's exactly $3,475 that he basically made in 2 days of work, right? So right now you can take everything I taught you inside this training and basically go do everything on your own, right? You can basically do that. But you have to take into account that you still don't know how to do a proper avatar research that you can use to write persuasive and compelling copy that basically sells your clients' products like wildfire. Write the type of copy that can bring millions of dollars for your clients so you can get paid life-changing money. Find and identify high potential clients and differentiate them from the time wasters, because that's actually a thing, right? And you can waste a lot of time with paid clients. You don't know exactly how to set up revenue share deals with your clients, so basically make your client choose you rather than an Upwork freelancer who charges $10 an hour, or actually build funnels that bring sales on autopilot for your clients and semi-passive 5-figure monthly commissions for you. You still don't know exactly how to do that, right? And you can figure it out in time for sure. And many of you watching this training will probably choose to do that. But I also know one thing. Some of you want to move fast. Some of you want things done right. Some of you want a clear path that will take you to where you want as fast and efficiently as humanly possible. And you are done wasting time trying to figure it out on your own. And if that's you, then what I'm about to show next is for you. Alright, so pay very close attention. So introducing Rainmaker Academy. So the Rainmaker Academy is basically a one-on-one mentorship program in which I personally take you by the hand and guide you through all the steps required to go from 0 to 5 to 15K a month in the next 6 months with direct response copywriting. So here's exactly what you'll get inside. First, access inside the training portal with my 3-step Rainmaker framework fully laid out. Right? You get my entire framework completely laid out in a step-by-step, easy to follow video format. So you'll know everything you need about how to research your avatar's deepest pain points and desires and how to properly use them when you write. How to write high converting emails, ads and sales pages that basically print money for your clients. How to find and land high potential clients on revenue share deals of 10 to 15% or even more, like I said. How to write marketing funnels and campaigns that grow your clients' businesses on autopilot so you can make 5-figure commissions with 20 hours of work per week or even less. Next, one-on-one mentorship with me and Mihai, alright? We personally guide you through all the steps of the framework in order to move as fast and efficiently as humanly possible, okay? You'll get multiple weekly one-on-one video calls with us and 24 out of 7 access to our WhatsApp, okay? You'll have 2 6-figure copywriters in your pocket that you can literally ask anything related to making money. And I'm not only talking about copywriting, but mindset, work ethic, productivity hacks, etc. Okay, so everything related to making money. Plus, you'll be kept accountable by us, so you'll never slip off track and keep moving toward your goals. All right. So, question: who do you think will grow and achieve success faster? The one who is doing it alone, or the one who has full-time access to people who literally already achieved the results that he wants? People that can help him skip through all the mistakes and lay out every step to get there as fast as possible. The answer is obvious, right? Next, you'll get access to a private network of killers on the same path as you, okay? So, you probably heard the phrase, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with, right? Like everyone heard this phrase. So, besides having access to mentors, you'll also be part of a community of people exactly like you. People who are actively doing copywriting, getting clients, and making money alongside you. You have the opportunity to network, help each other, learn from one another, gain new insights, and push each other to grow every single day. You get 4 group calls a week with everyone in the community and access to the networking group 24/7. Okay. Now, what do you think will happen if you're constantly surrounded by people who are constantly doing what you want to do and making money from it? Exactly, right? You make more money faster, right? Obviously. Alright, so here's everything you get inside Rainmakers Academy. Full training on the 3-step Rainmaker framework in video format, one-on-one mentorship and accountability from me and Mihai, access to a private network of copywriters, multiple weekly one-on-one and group calls, plus personalized feedback from us, and 24/7 WhatsApp support from me and Mihai. Okay, so this is everything you get inside Rainmakers Academy. So here's what to do next. If you want to access everything I just laid down and get all the tools that you need in order to make 5 to 15K a month as a direct response copywriter in the next 6 months, just press the button below and schedule a one-on-one call with me or a member of my team. And we'll guide you through the next steps for joining the program. We'll talk a little bit about your situation. We'll show you everything you get inside the program. We'll see if the program is right for you, and if it's right for you, we'll provide you with all the details that you need and with the opportunity to join. But that is not all. So because you've stayed this long, that means you are one of the few that are actually committed to the opportunity I've shown inside this training. And even though what I've presented so far is enough to get you to at least 5K a month, to even over 15K a month in the next 6 months, that is not all you get when you apply today. Because I've included even more resources waiting for you inside to make sure that you cannot screw this up even if you try, okay? So apart from everything I've laid down earlier, you will also get plug and play templates created from my proven ads, emails, and pages that already created millions of dollars for my clients. I'll hand you over the templates that printed millions of dollars for my clients and over 200K in commissions for me. All you have to do is insert the info about your client's avatar and details about his product in the already written templates, and you will have $1 million copy created right then and there. So you'll never have to stare at a blank page or wonder what and how you should write. You'll use already proven templates to make sure your work delivers real results to your clients so you can start earning as soon as possible, because that's the goal, right? Just make money as soon as possible, as fast and as efficiently as humanly possible, right? Besides that, you'll also get the exact DMs that got me 3 high-value clients in 2 weeks with only 9 DMs sent. Remember how I told you earlier that I got 3 high-value clients in 2 weeks with only 9 DMs? So you'll get access to the full conversations, word by word, from the very first DM to the booked call to closing the deal, right? These 9 messages turned into 3 clients. Like I said, 3 new clients. You'll see exactly how I opened a conversation with business owners on Instagram and led each of it to a 10% commission deal step by step. Those same clients now generate me over $20,000 a month consistently. And you'll see the exact messages that got me those clients. Apart from that, you'll also get a proven sales script for landing revenue share deals with clients inside Zoom calls. So you'll get the exact word for word script that I use to close revenue share deals of 10 to 15% with no experience or portfolio. All right, you know exactly what to say word for word to close high potential or even well clients that can consistently pay you over 4 to 5 figures every single month. All right. Even if you never had a client before in your life, you'll know exactly what to say and how to say it using this already proven script in order to sign them and to make them give you a part of the revenue. All right. Save the best for last, guys. So you'll get access to my entire pool of clients, our entire pool of clients. Okay. So what does that mean? Well, once you get to the training and we see that you have the basic skill to generate money for businesses with your writing, we'll basically hand you clients on a silver platter, right? So we are constantly being contacted by businesses that need good copywriters. So you won't even have to do any more outreach. You'll get high quality clients directly handed to you because businesses are constantly coming to us needing good copywriters, okay? So if I see that you're reliable, I will just give you clients, okay? And I won't ask you for anything. I won't ask you for a percentage or anything. I'll just give them to you, okay? So I recently gave a client to one of my students that is already paying him $2,000 a month to write emails, just like that, right? Just to write some emails. So as a note, this only applies if I actually see that you are reliable and responsible, okay? Because I have a reputation to maintain and I will not hand clients to just anyone, okay? So keep that in mind, okay? So you basically get handed everything you need to start making money as fast as humanly possible and reach at least 5 to 15K a month in the next 6 months, okay? So as you can see, I have a few more results here from my guys. So 4.5K in commissions from this guy, Leandro. This guy just closed his second client, a fitness coach on a 10% revenue share and a $500 startup fee. He's already up 1.5K this month, still 17 days to go at the time he wrote that message. Also, Vuk secured another startup fee with a client of 400 euros. A day trading coach, also a 10% revenue share deal with all for writing emails, plus a 5% bonus if he makes him over 10K a month. So it would be 15% revenue share in total. So he says, I expect to bring this guy over 50K a month in the next 2-3 months. So 15% out of 50,000 would be basically 7.5K in commissions for this guy. And this guy only started like 2 months ago with no experience. Right? So here's what to do next. Only apply if you are willing to invest in yourself, okay? This is not a cheap $100 or $200 course, which we just give you and leave you to your own devices, okay? It's a full-on mentoring program in which we take you basically from zero or from where you are right now and guide you through all the steps required to reach a 5-figure online income as a copywriter in the next 6 months, okay? So if you're already doing copywriting or know the basics, you'll get there even faster. It doesn't have to take 6 months. You'll get there maybe in 1 or 2 months. But if you start from zero, I'll not promise you that you'll get to 10K a month in 1 or 2 months. But I can promise you that you can reach a 5-figure online income in the next 6 months if you start from zero, all right? Because we take you by the hand and we give you everything you need and we guide you every step of the way, okay? So because of that reason, as I said, this is not a cheap course. It's a full-on mentoring program and the minimum investment to start is at least $500. Okay, so if you're not willing to invest that, if you don't have those kinds of funds right now, or if you're just not willing to invest in yourself to acquire this skill, this is not for you. All right. However, if you see the value in this opportunity and you're willing to invest in a skill that will bring you financial and location freedom basically for the rest of your life, just apply for a one-on-one call through the button below. So now you don't have to worry. This is not like a high pressure sales call in which we'll try to sell you as hard as possible, right? First, we need to see if we can actually help you. And then if everything seems right for you, we'll give you the opportunity to join the program. We'll provide you with all the details that you need in order to make a decision, right? No pressure whatsoever. If by the end of the call you feel that the program is not right for you or for any reason you don't want to join, no worries, we can still be friends, right? I promise, no problem, okay? So what happens after you schedule? First, you'll be brought to a calendar page where you have to book your preferred date and time for the call. The calendar looks like this, all right? Here you're gonna select the day and hour for the call. Please only select a date and time when you know you can attend the call, please. The call will take around 45 minutes, okay? So take that into account. Don't bother scheduling if you're not serious about showing up, please, okay? Don't take someone else's spot if you're not fully committed. After you book your one-on-one session, we'll give you a quick call to confirm your spot. so make sure you answer the phone. Then you have the session with me or one of my team members. We'll go through your current situation and goals, and if it's a good fit, we'll show you exactly how we can help you reach a 5 to 15K a month income in the next 6 months with direct response copywriting. Okay, using the exact same system that's already working for dozens of others inside the program. Okay, people like Mark closed his first client after only 2 weeks on a 15% revenue share deal and a $1,000 upfront payment. Or Lily is actually a 51 years old single mother. She has 3 kids. She also works a full-time job as a nurse and still managed to make over 16K in the last 2 months using this exact framework. So if any of you was thinking that I don't have time or working a full-time job, nah, you have time, bro. If Lily could do it, like, I'm sure you can find 2 or 3 hours a day for this. Like, Lily has 3 kids and still managed to do this, right? So you have no excuse. We make it so easy that it's literally impossible to fail, right? The only things that you need are a functioning brain, an internet connection, a laptop and a phone, and the actual drive to commit yourself for at least 2 or 3 hours a day. That's it. So you basically have 3 options. Option 1 is you basically do nothing and forget you ever spend this 1 hour watching this training. But if you stay this long, that's probably not you. Option 2, you do it alone. You'll most probably succeed if you really try your best. But you have to take into account it may take you a long time, right? Because remember, in my case, the first year I didn't make any money because I couldn't get any clients. The second year I was stuck to around $800 a month, and the third year was when I finally hit 5 figures. So it basically took me 3 years to hit 5 figures a month on my own without a mentor, right? As you saw earlier, my students are hitting those numbers in months, in 4, 5, 6 months, right? So that's the difference when you have a mentor. Or you have the third option, in which I hand you the exact framework and I personally guide you through the steps to reach 5 to 15K a month in the next 6 months with direct response copywriting, okay? And you also grow inside the community of people just like you. You'll be surrounded by hungry, high performers who push each other to level up every single day, all right? So all successful people have something in common, right? At the end of the day, all successful people know the power of a mentor and had mentors to guide them. Elon Musk had mentors, Steve Jobs had mentors, Mike Tyson had a mentor, because they knew a mentor will help them get to where they want faster and easier than they could ever do on their own. Being successful without a mentor is like trying to become a world champion boxer by training alone in your garage and watching fights on YouTube, right? It's the exact same thing. No sparring partners, no feedback on what you do good or wrong, no one to correct your form or push you past your limits. I mean, sure, you might hit the bag every day, but you'll never reach the level of someone who's trained under a coach. Someone who's been in the ring, won the titles, and knows exactly what it takes. Someone who can show you all the steps required to reach the level that you want. And unlike the gurus and mentors who only sell courses and haven't had a copywriting client in years, we are still in the trenches, right? Me and Mihai are still working with real clients. Like I've shown you invoices, I've shown you proof. All that money that I made, that I've shown you earlier, was from real clients. And I'm still making 20 to 25K a month from real clients, okay? That was not money that I've made from courses. That is money that I've made for working with copywriting clients. So we're not just teaching theory, we're showing you what works right now because we're still doing it, all right? Like 99.9% of gurus out there, okay? So imagine this. Few months from now, you could be here in Thailand with us, or anywhere you want, basically. You could tell your boss to fuck off and finally quit that shit job that you have right now. You could have a regular 5-figure a month income while working from your laptop, on your couch, on a beach, or whatever the fuck you want, right? Hell, you could even retire your parents. You could have full control of your life because you have a skill that allows you to help any business in this world make more money. And all it takes to achieve that is a decision to finally commit to something and dedicate yourself for a few months. That's all it takes. A few months with the right skill and framework. That's all it takes if you have the right systems and framework. Not years, just a few months. So if you feel like it's time to make that decision, just press on the button below, schedule a one-on-one call, and I hope I'll see you on the other side. And by the way, you'll also get a special bonus when you show up for the call. So when you show up for the call, you'll get an inside recording of our private coaching calls inside Rainmaker Academy. So in this call, Mihai is showing how to build 7-figure funnels that bring money on autopilot for businesses, right? The same type of funnels that brought both of us over $200K in passive commissions in the last 12 months, okay? This recording has been previously available only for our students inside the Academy, and all you need to get it right now is to actually schedule the call and actually show up, and we'll send it to you for free. Right, just like that. So now, if you still haven't booked your call, you're probably thinking, yeah, but what if this doesn't work? What if I'm the only exception, the special snowflake who won't succeed, even though it worked for dozens of others? So I think you see how ridiculous this sounds as it is, but let's be honest here. Case studies aside, results aside, testimonials aside, only one thing will always be guaranteed. That is, if you do nothing, what will change? Nothing, right? That's the only thing that's guaranteed. That's the real risk here, right? You doing nothing and nothing will change. So you continuing to do nothing and remaining in the same spot. However, to make this even more of a no-brainer, if that's even possible, I'll even offer you a foolproof money back guarantee. So here's how it works. In the improbable case that you join and follow every step that we give you inside the program, you come to every coaching call and dedicate at least 3 hours a day applying this framework, and somehow you still don't end up making at least 5K a month in the next 12 months, I'll give you all of your money back plus $1,000 for wasting your time. No questions asked. That's how much trust I have in this program, because there hasn't been no one who came into this program, followed all the steps exactly how we've laid them down, and didn't have results. No one, all right? But let's say you'll be the first one, you'll be the first special snowflake who won't have results. All right, I'll give you all your money back plus $1,000 for wasting your time, right? No problem. And that will be in the contract, by the way. So what happens after you join? You get full access to the training portal with our 3-step Rainmaker framework. We onboard you into the private networking group. You start learning to write stuff that sells. You land your first client in the next days or weeks. You reach 5 to 15K a month within 6 months without having to work more than 20 hours a week. And you become one of our next success stories. And maybe we'll even put one of your messages inside one of these future trainings or webinars. Okay. Now the spots are limited, because I only work with 20 people at a time, because everything is one-on-one, like I said, and I actually give a fuck about my students, so I want to provide the best quality possible for my students. So once the spots are filled, they're gone, okay? So if you leave this page now, the truth is you may not get this chance again, at least in the following weeks or months. And when you come back, like I said, it might be too late, because the spots may be filled. And it may take months for other students to finish the program and free up some spots again. Okay, so if you're serious about this opportunity and you're willing to put in the work to acquire a skill that will help you make a 5-figure online income in the next 6 months, book your call right now through the button below, and let's see if you're a good fit for the program. Now, if you stuck around until this point, congratulations. You're probably part of the 0.001% who actually did it, right? So that means at least you're not part of the brain dead messes who can focus on one thing for more than 5 seconds. So congratulations on that. It also means you're probably serious about changing your life and maybe also changing the lives of people around you. Now, the only thing that remains is to act, right? You could leave this training thinking that you'll do it on your own, and by all means you could, right? But truly successful people know one thing, that time is the most valuable resource, more valuable than money and everything else. So if you truly value your time and want to make sure that you learn from the best to get the best results and the faster results, you know what you have to do. And one last thing, we're living in a crazy world right now, right? Especially now. Wars are escalating all over the world. Inflation and economic crises are on the brew. AI is replacing millions and millions of jobs as we speak. Safety, stability, and freedom are becoming a luxury in many parts of the world, as you can probably see. So I left Romania and moved to Thailand because there was a war literally at my country's borders with Russia and Ukraine, right? I was only able to do that because of copywriting. This skill gave me financial freedom and security for me and my family. I basically escaped from being near a war zone. Now you have the same opportunity laying in front of you right now. But at the end of the day, it's your choice whether you'll take it or not. It's not my choice. It's not no one else's choice. It's your choice. Deep down, we all know what we have to do. It's just a matter of whether we'll do it or continue to remain in our comfortable bubble. Because only one thing is certain. When shit hits the fan, it's gonna be too late to prepare, right? So you know this. The question is whether you'll do something about it or not. That's entirely up to you. Now here's the recap. So here's everything you get inside the Rainmaker Academy. You have the recap here, okay? You can read it. Here's everything you get once you join. You can apply through the button below. And right now I'm gonna go through a few frequently asked questions very fast before ending this training. So first question, can I really get clients if I have no experience? So most of my students didn't have any prior experience. Businesses don't care about your experience. If they see you can actually help them, that's the only thing they care about basically, if you can help them. And using our client acquisition strategy, that's exactly what you'll be able to do. Show them that you can help them beforehand so they don't even care about your experience or portfolio. All right. Next question. How fast can I get my first client? So that depends entirely up to you. Okay. We had students that got their first clients in the first week. Others took a few weeks, 1 month, or even more than that sometimes. So it all depends on how fast you want to move and how many messages you send, right? Because it's a numbers game at the end of the day. The good thing is that by using our strategy, you won't have to send hundreds and hundreds of DMs or outreach emails in order to get a client. I showed you how I got 3 clients from sending only 9 DMs, and you will get the exact conversations that got me those clients once you join the program. Now, does that mean you'll also get 3 clients in 2 weeks from sending 9 DMs? No, of course not. It's also a little bit of luck. You also have to go through numbers, sometimes more than 9. Because there's a lot of factors involved in getting clients. But what I can tell you is that it's basically impossible for you not to get at least 1 client in 2 or 3 weeks, max, if you apply this strategy and go through the numbers, right? It's literally impossible. And that's a pessimistic scenario, right? Most of our students get them even faster than that. Next question. Will you help me get clients? Yes, like I said, you get access to our proven outreach system plus our entire pool of clients once we see that you're a decent writer and you're reliable. Once we see that you're ready. Next question. I have a full-time job. Can I still do this? Yes, I showed you how Lily makes 16K in 2 months with a 9-to-5 job and 3 kids. So if she can do it, yes, you can do it as well. All you need is 2 or 3 hours a day to dedicate to this. Now, of course, if you want to make more money and dedicate more, you can dedicate more. If you want to quit your job at some point, you can quit your job and go full in on this. But all you basically need is 2 or 3 hours a day to reach a 5-figure a month income with this skill. All right. Next question. Is this a course or a mentorship? No, it's not a course. It's a full mentorship. Like I said, you're not left on your own. We work with you one-on-one. We review your work. We answer your questions daily. We are here with you. We guide you every step of the way, and we make sure you achieve results in the fastest way possible. Okay? So we'll guide you through the whole process. Next question. I'm not creative. Can I still do this? Listen, I'm the least creative person that I know. All right? You don't need to be creative. You just need to follow a system. You need to use templates, and you need to use the specific writing structure that we give you. So by using the information you find in your avatar research alongside the templates and the writing structures that we give you, you'll be able to write basically $1 million copy without you having to be creative. I would even say being creative can be a negative, can be a downside, because you may want to do things your own way or invent some new type of, or write in your own way or in a different way and so on. And that can be a downside, right? You just need to copy what you already know works. That's how you make money. You copy what you know works. You don't reinvent the wheel, okay? So no, you don't need to be creative. Next question. I'm not a good writer. Can I still do this? Listen, I'm not a good writer at all, alright? Mihai was the worst writer in the world. He couldn't even spell a complete sentence properly, right? And now he's making over 10K a month with this. So you just need to follow the system and the structures that we give you inside the program, okay? You use templates, like I said. You can use AI to correct your grammar mistakes. So you not being a good writer doesn't have anything to do with anything, alright? Next question, do I need to show my face or post on social media? No. That's the beauty of it, right? As a copywriter, you don't have to do any of that. You work in the shadows. You don't need to show your face or post content. You can create $1 million campaigns with your words and no one even has to know who you are. Now, if you also want to post content, by all means do it, right? But you don't have to. Next question, do I need any previous marketing knowledge? So no, you don't need any previous marketing knowledge. You learn everything inside the training. So even if you don't know anything about marketing, you learn everything. Will take you from zero, and we basically show you everything that you need to know step by step in an easy to understand manner, so you get results in the fastest way possible. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the training. I hope you took value out of it. Now, if you want to continue alongside me, so I guide you personally to reach a 5-figure online income with copywriting, press on the button below this video and schedule your one-on-one call, and we'll talk more about that there. If not, it's completely fine. I hope you at least try to do this on your own and make the decision that you are going to commit and take action, okay? Because if you don't take action, if you don't commit yourself, this was basically a waste of time for you. You just wasted, I don't know, 1 hour of your life just watching this, because if you don't actually use this information either alongside me or by yourself, you actually just wasted your time. And I know that unfortunately many of you will choose to do nothing. Many of you will watch this training and will just continue living your lives, don't do anything about it, and just continue living your lives. But for the minority of you who want to actually take action, actually change their lives and do something to better themselves and to achieve the results that they want, congratulations on your decision, right? So you can either apply to work with me or do it by yourself. No matter what you choose, I wish you all the best.